By Manchi Biscuits, Manch into Happiness. My name is Clara Mlanu.
Mine is Valerie Danso. Jonathan and Team Darko is in studio to interpret the news into sign language. We are live on Facebook as the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, DSTV channel 278.
So first story. The West African Examination Council says it is not true that the food and nutrition paper examination taken by senior high school students nationwide on Friday, August 20, was leaked prior to the day of the exams.
This follows a social media publication by African Education Watch's Mr. Kofi Asare on Sunday that the paper had leaked. But speaking to the media on Monday, the head of the National Office of WAEC in Ghana, Madam Wendy Adilamte, presented 2 sets of question papers to prove that the allegation is false.
The African Education Watch on Friday morning published a report to indicate that the food and nutrition paper leaked prior to the exam day. The West African Examination Council, WAEC, said the publication in the public domain that the paper leaked is untrue, misleading, and only creating anxiety among the public, especially the students. Though the council admits communicating with EduWatch, it says that the only documents which was distributed to the schools on the 16th of August was the instructions to the schools to guide them on their preparations towards the practical, and not the question papers.
The actual question paper requested candidates to prepare, cook, and serve a 3-course meal for an ulcer patient. Whilst the purported leaked paper received from EduWatch requested for a 2-course meal for a lactating mother. These 2 questions are totally different. Furthermore, when you look carefully at the screenshot question paper forwarded to us by EduWatch, you notice that the paper forwarded to us by EduWatch was full of spelling and grammatical errors. Council is at a loss as to the real intentions behind EduWatch's action.
The head of the National Office of WAEC, Madam Wendy Adilamte, said though they appreciated the support of stakeholders to conduct a credible examination, allegations such as the one by EduWatch only puts a dent on the credibility of the exams and the certificates issued by the council. She added that this is not the first time EduWatch has peddled falsehood, and this time round it will not be ignored. The council warned candidates against patronizing websites that claim to have examination papers for sale.
We wish to caution all candidates to be wary of the activities of such websites, such as this. They would deceive them and turn their attention from their books. We want to advise all candidates who have joined such platforms to exit them immediately and concentrate on their studies.
She added that some teachers of some schools have also collected monies from their students to allow them cheat during the exams, and such teachers will be dealt with when found. Madam Wendy Adilamte advised the candidates to desist from any form of malpractice that could lead to the cancellation of their papers. She assured that all the arrangements to ensure a smooth conduct of the exams have been followed through. The ongoing West African Examination Council exams will end on the 8th of October 2021.
Former President John Mahama has added his voice to the call on the government to quickly fix roads in the Upper West region, which were washed away by floods. He said economic activities are at a standstill due to massive destruction to some highways and feeder roads, for which reason the government must prioritize their repair. Mr. Mahama was interacting with the overlord of the Wala traditional area, Naafusheni Seidu Pelpo, as part of his visit to the region.
Former president is on a tour to show gratitude to the people for their support in the 2020 elections, and he is currently in the Upper West region. President Mahama had 67% of the total votes in the region for the presidential tally, while the NDC increased its parliamentary seats from 6 to 8. former President Mahama said the election of Mr. Alban Bagbin as Speaker of Parliament is a sign of good fortunes for the country. He said this is because his election and the hung parliament will keep the government on its toes to ensure accountability. The NDC's 2020 flag bearer said, but for the manipulation of the election results in the constituencies, the NDC would have had absolute majority in parliament.
We increased our seats from 106 to 137, and we brought the MPP from 169 to 137. But for the arm twisting that they twisted against us in some constituencies, we would have had the clean majority in parliament. But there are some of the constituencies, soldiers invaded the coalition centers and manipulated the results and took the seats away from us.
Mr. Mahama said the Upper West region has benefited a lot from development projects during the tenure of the NDC government. He appealed to the government to provide seed capital for the Upper West Regional Hospital to enable it to function fully. He questioned why the government is rather focusing on building new hospitals when it is not resourcing existing hospitals to function effectively.
I also want to draw the President's attention to the Upper West Regional Hospital. Since he commissioned it, the hospital has not been given seed money to operate fully, and so it's not operating at full capacity. That is supposed to be the regional hospital, major referral hospital for the people of the Upper West. And if they get the seed capital and are able to employ to cover all sections of the hospital, it will provide good service to the people of this region. And so while we think about building more hospitals, we must fully utilize the capacity that we have already.
The overlord of the Wala traditional area, Naf Hussein Seidu Pelpu, commended Mr. Mahama for exhibiting a high level of statesmanship during and after the 2020 elections. Na Pelpu said the conduct of the former president after the Supreme Court ruling on the election petition shows he is a man of peace who has the development of his people at heart. Mr. Mahama, who was accompanied by his running mate for the 2020 general elections, Professor Nana Jane Opokwajiman, and the national chairman of the NDC, Mr. Ofusuampofu, interacted with members of the local council of churches, as well as called on the Catholic bishop of the Wa Diocese, Most Reverend Richard Kuri Bawabir, at his office. Former President Mahama also visited a portion of the Wa Nadoli-Laura Highway, which was washed away by floods. He presented 50 bags of rice, cement, and 20 packets of zinc roofing sheets to some of the people affected by the floods.
From tomorrow, August 24, 4 contractors will begin reconstructing the roads that were submerged by the recent floods in the Upper West region. Addressing the media in Accra, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Mr. Kwesi Amoakwata, said government has made available some 50 million Ghana cedis to fix the road to restore economic activities in the area.
Almost 8 road sections were washed away by the devastating floods that occurred in the Upper West region a few days ago. According to the Minister for Roads and Highways, Mr. Kwesi Amoakwata, his ministry is poised to deliver quality work that will withstand future floods. Hence, it has tasked high-level technical team to investigate why the floods was able to collapse and wash away the 8 road sections. He described the destruction of the roads by the recent flood in the Upper West region as national issue.
It's a national assignment. It's a disaster that has befallen one of the regions, and we are treating it as such. So far as this matter is concerned, there is no highway engineer or feeder roads or engineer is an engineer. All of them are also working together as they work together to produce this report in a record time. And I can tell you that my ministry is poised to make sure that we resolve this matter.
The scheduled contractors to work on the road project are PW Ganem, Maripoma, Mawums, and Ascal Investment. The sector minister, Mr. Kwesi Amoakwata,
charged the contractors to work as a team to ensure that they deliver quality work and within the stipulated time. The minister also commended engineers and agencies for working assiduously by conducting technical investigations in the flooded areas.
The Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufo-Dampare, on Sunday visited Abesim in the Bono region following the arrest of a 28-year-old man alleged to have murdered 2 boys and 1 other. The police arrested Richard Appiah, an architect believed to have murdered the 3 and kept the parts in a fridge.
Tragedy hit the farming community in the early hours of Saturday when Mr. Richard Appiah, a popular footballer, allegedly murdered his 12-year-old relative with 2 others and kept the body in a room. The bodies were found in Mr. Appiah's rented 2-bedroom house at Alaska near Abesim on Friday, August 20, 2021. The acting IGP visited the families of the victims following their traumatic discovery and also paid a courtesy call on the Abesim Hene and Doma Chidom Hene. Berimana Kumi Echao. Ahead of the visit, the IGP dispatched a team of investigators from the Criminal Investigations Department CID Homicide Unit in Accra to take over the case. Speaking to our Bono regional correspondent John Sam Arthur in an earlier bulletin, he disclosed that the town is yet to recover from the shock of the inhumane act and hope that the perpetrators are speedily brought to book. He said a homicide team from Accra is working with the Abesim police team to begin investigations.
This is the time, if any member of the public has information, this is the time that it will be crucial that they get in touch with the police and let them know. So today, hopefully the homicide team is in town and they've started their investigation. So it's a waiting now as we wait for the police to tell us what's going on.
It is alleged that there is a link between this case and a Sakawa syndicate in Brekum.
The Ghana Health Service has begun the mass drug administration for river blindness in 66 endemic districts in 13 regions of the country. It started today, Monday, 23rd August 2021, and is expected to end on Friday, 3rd September 2021. River blindness is most common in poor and marginalized communities.
The exercise targets 4,740,039 beneficiaries. The drug is being administered to the beneficiaries free of charge. The affected regions include Ahafo, Ashanti, Bono, Bono East, Eastern, Northeast and Northern, West Aoti, Savannah, Upper East, Upper West, Western and Western North regions. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumabwaji, has assured the general public that the drugs are safe and effective. He therefore entreated all persons living in the designated endemic districts to make themselves available for the exercise, irrespective of whether they have been infected or not. In an interview on GBC News, the National Program Officer for Onchocerciasis, Ghana Health Service, Mr. Odamia Siedu, said social mobilization activities and public education is ongoing in all affected districts through chiefs, opinion leaders and social groups.
We are engaging in the various stakeholders, such as the district assemblies. We are also engaging the chiefs and opinion leaders in the various communities. We are also engaging other well-meaning people who are engaged in raising awareness within the community, social groups, and what have you.
He added that the elimination of the black fly, the vector that causes river blindness in endemic areas, is a challenge. The focus now is on controlling it.
Considered a day of rest for fishermen, Tuesdays are also days the fisherfolk sell to customers. At the heart of the Blekuma South constituency is the Tuesday market, originally a fish selling location. Currently, it is a one-stop shop for everything from A to Z, avocados to zome. This is the story of Jufo Jano.
It is bounded by 4 market gates. The Tuesday market spans from the Choko area to Kolegono, Kolebu and Mamprobi. On any other day, the place is bare and quiet with virtually no activity but springs to life on Tuesdays.
Market is 70 years.
The market is about 70 years. It started as a fish market because of its proximity to the sea. The fisher folk do not go to sea on Tuesdays, so they come here to sell.
Monday, Kopim, Tuesday. Not Tuesday, do now what would the Abba market?
Over the years, the market was opened up to accommodate other food staff. On Tuesdays, traders come from all market centers, towns within and without the country to buy and sell.
The traders come from various parts of the country, including Adesso, Suhum, Benin and Koforidua.
I have sold fish for 22 years. I only come here on Tuesdays.
When the stalls are set in the marketplace, there is on display varieties of fruits, vegetables, smoked and dried fishes, cassava, plantain, second-hand clothing, grains, pots and whatnot. All these mixed up in the noisy din in the market. Traders complain of the daily increase of wholesale products which affects their sales, resulting in low sales.
My problem is the incessant increase in prices of goods on a daily basis.
We are not getting sales. This year's celebration of Homowo did not even bring us good sales. We are calling on the government to come to our aid.
Leaders of the market complain of the stalled reconstruction market project, which they say is long overdue. The project is under the auspices of the Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program, with funding from the 1 million per constituency allocation, which was expected to be completed in 6 months. For now, the project is under lock and key. With a good place of convenience, schools in close proximity for their children, the traders are happy about choked gutters whenever it rains, and no security at the market.
Thieves always rob us because we have no gates and security is poor. When it rains, all the gutters get choked with filth. The authorities must help us.
So, you just may want to try out this one-stop shop in the heart of Mamprobi. The Tuesday market beckons every Tuesday. For GBC News, Shirley Annan reporting.
There's more news ahead. Please stay.